Brian, I hope you're having a great day so far. I'm Joshua Weisel here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios, and good day to you at home. Let's step into this forecast and show you what we got going on for the remainder of today. We did bump up some of those temperatures compared to yesterday for this afternoon, as those temperatures anywhere from the lower to mid 90s, southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, mid upper 90s, even close to some triple digits in parts of Oklahoma and in the River Valley. Keep in mind, it's humid outside. It's very, very warm. If you stepped outside, almost feels kind of like a hair dryer, if you will. So just take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're taking breaks in the shade. Please don't walk your pets during the afternoon. It's going to be way too hot for their little feet. And, just follow all the heat safety protocol, So here's a look at what we got. Keep in mind, heat index values are going to be certainly warmer than this, into the triple digits. So keep in mind, some areas are going to be warmer than others, but it really doesn't matter where you're located. It's just going to be hot in general. So welcome to summer. Here's a look at that forecast there. There's going to be a chance for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms today, kind of like what we've seen the last couple of days. And then overnight tonight, it's another warm one. Certainly warmer than some of the recent mornings we've had, with some of the lows into the 60s. We're going to be back into the upper 70s, even some lower 80s in some locations, potentially. Otherwise, mid-upper 70s are expected throughout the region. The good news is, at least in terms of that, we'll show you the Foghorns morning fog outlook. The ingredients aren't necessarily there for any sort of reduced visibility across the region. Here's a look at what we got with severe weather risk today. And keep in mind, no highlighted risk from either our algorithm or the Storm Prediction Center. And as you can see, not a whole lot to talk about today, but I do want to remind you that, because there's no highlighted risk for strong to severe storms today, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be storms in general or rain, as we certainly have some opportunities for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. In fact, we've already seen some of the activity in our eastern and northeastern counties. But even though there's no highlighted risk, that doesn't mean that there won't be a couple of storms that start to push into stronger limits. Maybe hail between penny to quarter sized. Quarter size is going to be a little bit on the more rare occasion, as we're not expecting widespread severe weather, but there could be a couple of storms that they're loud, they're noisy, maybe some winds of 40 to 55 miles an hour, stuff along the lines with that. So we'll be mindful. Not everyone's going to see that activity. In fact, not everyone's going to see storms. But as you can see, there's a fair and equal opportunity for some of those random pop-ups throughout the day today. Some of those may produce some heavy rainfall, some lightning, maybe some gusty winds, and some sub-severe hail. So we'll keep an eye on that activity. Here's a look at what we got with the rainfall today. And keep in mind, activity is not going to move super fast. So with that being said, a couple tenths of an inch are expected with any rain activity. The other thing is, too, that slower activity, if it gets a little bit heavier, there may be some localized amounts of higher. So I think the highest amount that we could see in some areas is close to an inch, but widespread rain is not expected, and we're not expecting, the good news at least, not the rain totals with some of these storms that could be 3 to 4 inches, over the course of just 30 minutes to an hour, that type of deal. So it will be rainy in some locations. And like we said, the good news is, with all the heat and the humidity, there's not a whole lot of the ingredients for some of the dense fog to develop. So the Foghorns morning fog outlook, notice no issues in the River Valley, parts of southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, and northeast Oklahoma. Not really dealing with a whole lot there. So not a whole lot to talk about in general. Huge shout out to Foghorns. They're located in Springdale and in Fayetteville if you want to support them like they support us. And thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much to Foghorns for sponsoring our channel. It's an important segment for morning commuters. So make sure you tune in throughout the week. We'll have the latest on that with the Foghorns morning fog outlook. Again, they're located in Springdale and in Fayetteville. Be sure to support them. Here's a look at what we've got going on here too. Additional chances for some storms. We mentioned that we had some rain and thunderstorm activity that was anticipated in the forecast going forward, but tomorrow there's actually a day 2 risk that popped up early this morning. And again, we'll show you future scan radar. It doesn't look that impressive for widespread activity, but it just means that the ingredients are going to be a little bit more favorable, kind of like what we saw a couple days ago. We may not see widespread severe storms, but there could be a little bit more ingredients for them to work with. There could be more in terms of the potential for wind and hail, stuff along the lines there. Low end potential, that's the blue area that you see there for areas mostly to the north of I-40. That includes all of southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas for the most part, and a large portion of northern northeast Oklahoma. But we're not done yet. We have additional chances coming up on Friday as well. And the main risks over the next several days are going to be mostly just the hail and the wind potential. There may be a very, very low end potential for a tornado. It's not necessarily zero, but it's not incredibly high either. So that's not going to be our main concern. This is mostly going to be those little pop-ups that, yeah, you start to get those ingredients a little bit more favorable for some wind, maybe some pockets of hail, And again, similar to what we got tomorrow, just a little bit southward compared to tomorrow. There's another low end risk for a large portion of Northwest Arkansas, if not all of Northwest Arkansas, Southwest Missouri, and parts of Northeast Oklahoma. So again, we'll keep an eye on it. And just a heads up, I'm not going to be able to do the wall-to-wall coverage. We do have automated alerts that I've set up on social media, so you can get the latest information there. Make sure that you follow me on Facebook or on Twitter/X. I can't keep up with what it's called anymore, but we got automated alerts there that will reach you, and you can make sure that you put post notifications to get those alerts too. There's also numerous apps out there. We don't have our app up and running just yet, but I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to just tell you based off of, what I use on a day-to-day basis. There's plenty of free apps out there, and I encourage you, the best thing to do, there's going to be a lot of people that say, just stick with our app, just stick with this. I'll tell you, even if we have an app, I want you to have multiple because it's better to have multiple ways to receive alerts and not caught off guard. So have numerous ways to receive alerts. You can follow me on social media for the alerts that we got there, but also make sure you have other outlets as well, just in case. Again, I apologize. I got a really good friend of mine's wedding, and I'm going to be, a groomsman in the wedding. Huge congratulations to my buddy Aiden, and really happy for him. So it'll be exciting to be able to celebrate him. And so I'm going to be able to post some updates, but I don't want to be disruptive in the wedding. So I've got automated alerts set up for this upcoming event. So huge shout out to him. If he's tuning in, congratulations to you. And we'll be, unfortunately, I won't be able to do any sort of wall-to-wall coverage, but we'll still have you covered with updates. And I'll be posting some video updates as well. Future scan radar, now that we're past that, here's a look at what we got the remainder of this afternoon to this evening. Pop-up showers and storms possible. Same old, same old. Tomorrow morning during the morning commute into the midday, there could be some scattered showers and storms across parts of the area. Again, tomorrow evening, maybe late tomorrow night. And then again into Friday morning, some additional activity. So it's not going to be widespread. Notice, it wasn't a big complex with a bow echo and, widespread issues. That's kind of like what we've seen the last couple of events, right? It's just scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not everyone's going to see severe weather. Not everyone's going to see storms in general. We just want to let you know, we've got some, potential there we want you to be mindful of. The main widespread issue going forward is going to be the well above average temperatures that are swinging into our area. Unfortunately, I've been trying to keep these temperatures away, but, there's only so much we can do. Thoughts and prayers to keep these away, but it's just summer, and it's just one of those things that it has to swing in at some point. And, meteorologically speaking, July, August, parts of September is when you see those peak temperatures. So it's expected at this point in the year. So we got those temperatures on the way. It's also looking drier, so enjoy these rain chances that we've got now. Of course, they're not great because we got storm chances with them, but it looks like we're going to start swinging in the direction of hot temperatures and dry conditions. So at least the good news is we'll get at least a break from the storms. At least it's not what we saw in June with the weeks and weeks and weeks of storms that felt like they were just pretty much every night. But yeah, we got some rain chances to let you know about. Over the next 6 to 10 days, though, rain chances, they're going to start to decline pretty rapidly. Rain chances look to arrive, Thursday, Friday. The activity there, the precipitation did not pop up on Thursday, but trust me, we got the opportunity there tomorrow. We'll have to go in and fix that, but, that may just be a little bit of a system error. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got the rain chances. Stuff starts to warm up by the time we get to Tuesday, back into potentially near triple digits. Same with tomorrow and Friday in the River Valley. And then we got those rain and storm chances to be mindful of. And Tulsa, again, we got the rain and thunderstorm opportunity. We'll fix that. I'm not quite sure why it's not popping up for all of them. The beauty of technology, am I right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got some rain and thunderstorm opportunities on the way. Warms up by early next week. And then Southwest Missouri, kind of the same old, same old. That's a look at the forecast there. And, I apologize. Updates will be a little bit hit or miss between the next several days because I will be traveling to, be a part of my good friend's wedding as a groomsman. So I'll be busy, but I will be doing some updates on social media. I'll be doing some updates from our hotel, stuff along the lines there. We'll have some people here in the studio keeping an eye on some things and everything along the lines there. But I will try and do some updates when I can. But like I said, it's not going to be the wall-to-wall coverage for the full extent. So that's a look at what we got there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully you have a great rest of your day. We'll have updates here throughout the week. If you like our media and forecast, be sure to support us today on Patreon. You can advertise with us this storm season and throughout the year. Contact us today for availability and pricing. Weather 225 since 2015.